At the train station, a very bright light suddenly shines through the window. When a homeless man turns around, he's shocked to see Prat appear out of nowhere under the light. At that moment, two kids push an old lady to steal her purse and run away. Prat tries to help the lady stand up, only for the cops to arrive and assume he's the robber. The homeless man and the old lady immediately clarify that he didn't do it. An officer asks Prat if he's traveling, so he explains he just arrived and he's done traveling for now. When she asks about his luggage and his ticket, Prat says he doesn't need luggage and he didn't arrive by train. Next, the cop asks him to remove his sunglasses, but he refuses because this planet is really bright. These strange answers cause the cops to arrest him. They also ask the homeless man which gate Prat came out of, so the guy tells them he didn't come from any gate. A month later at the Psychiatric Institute of Manhattan, Dr. Mark is having a therapy session with Ernie, a man who is terrified of going outside because of the deadly germs. Ernie doesn't take off his mask until Mark closes the window and keeps complaining about germs being everywhere, like the cafeteria food. Afterward, a new patient is transferred from another hospital. Mark goes to the lab and watches Prat for a second before the doctors fill him in. The cops sent Prat to the hospital under suspicion of hallucinogenic intoxication, but all his tests came out clean. There are no signs of illnesses or concussions either. He's been diagnosed with amnesia and delusions because he keeps claiming that he's come from another planet. The doctors have heavily medicated him, yet there's been no change in behavior, which shocks Mark. They found no ID on him and no missing person report matches his description, but they did find some papers with weird symbols in his pocket. Then Prat is taken to Mark's office and he comments on the expressions Mark uses to talk. He also takes a red apple from a bowl, saying it's his favorite. Prat knows everyone thinks he's crazy, but he swears he isn't. He does feel a bit homesick and claims his home is a planet named K-Pax, which is 1,000 light years away in the Lyra constellation. To come to Earth, he harnessed the energy of light and traveled many times that speed. When Mark asks why he looks human, Prat explains that he looks human here, but on K-Pax he looks like a K-Paxian. This isn't the first time he visits Earth, and he keeps coming because he's curious about planets that are still in early stages of evolution. Later in the common room, patient Howie asks Prat about his home planet. Prat shares some descriptions, like the 7 purple moons and the 2 suns. Meanwhile, Mark goes home to his wife Rachel and their daughters. However, he doesn't pay attention to anything Rachel says. The next day, Mark shares with his colleagues a recording of his chat with Prat. They learned he's been to 64 planets and that he arrived on Earth 4 years and 9 months ago. He also claims to be 337 years old. The doctors discuss a possible diagnosis, but they can't think of anything immune to the medicine Prat was given in the other hospital. Mark wonders if he truly is an alien, and the others laugh. During the next session, Prat eats a banana with the peel on. Mark asks about K-Paxian babies, so Prat explains that their reproduction process is very painful. He pauses their chat to write some things down in his notebook, since he's keeping a report of all the places he's visited. After the session, Prat returns to the common room and says hello to all the patients by name. Bess doesn't reply, and Ernie explains she doesn't talk to anybody because she's afraid smoke will come out of her mouth. She was brought to the institute as a child after she